Welcome, my friends, to Aquarium TV on the road again in my new pickup. My alter ego is Levon. When I'm in the pickup, I cut the muffler, detached it from the pipes, the exhaust system, to make it sound like a truck. So if you hear a little humming in the background, that's just, I don't want to call her Lola. Her name is Fiona, the Ford F-150, 1997. She's gonna be my new work truck, and we gotta put, because old Hildegard, the Mercedes 2000 station wagon, I was using her as a work wagon and I was beating her up. All right, enough about this. Religion and politics. Thanksgiving dinner taboo topics. How does the Aquarian address these things? The political arena and the world of religions. Where does the Aquarian fit into this? How do topics of religion and politics fall into Aquarianism? Sure, although we don't need more isms because they cause schisms, people like definitions and to put an ism on the end of something. We could do that using the term Aquarian. It has to do with the constellation in the sky that cosmologically we are aligning ourselves on that axis. It's used as a marker of time. Now, New Age, is it millennialism? There's a term that is in the New Age market realm, which means that people are has used such words as Aquarian stuff. I don't want to be associated with that so much because it already has baggage attached to it. You think of some Haley Comet cult. What we're doing is we are de-culting culture. We are trying to, by entering into it, to evolve it, hopefully. Because it seems as if, in some ways, humanity is de-evolving. In what ultimately in our care and concern for others. And this comes with a caring and concerning ourselves, connected, inextricably tied up with the other. Come on, Betsy. She goes by a name. She is the truck of a million names. There's a name for the goddess, Isis, and she's referred to as the goddess of 1,000 names. You know, Aquarianism does kind of bring in the idea of the divine feminine, the goddess, because it thinks that might help to elevate the woman's plight, without going into the extreme side of the other way around, where we hate women. They're seen as inferior human beings, and then we the other side of it is where we degrade the masculine. We look to bring them together in harmony. A name I'm thinking about as Aquarian flexes its, I don't want to say arm, that sounds kind of violent, whatever, flexes up into the political sphere, is where words to get behind. Harmony as opposed to discord. What Aquarianism, I would say, teaches and promotes is a syncretic way of doing religion and the political sphere. We see the left and the Democrats and the Republicans come together at sports games and in church sometimes, but usually the churches are pretty divided amongst political lines, just showing the intermixing, the interlocution of religion into politics and politics in religion. I'm talking about government politics into religion, because everything has its own politics. You have politics at your workplace and whatnot. But here we're how does the Aquarian do politicking? How we be politicking? We're looking for third-party solutions. That would be syncretic. Oh, Liam, is the Aquarianism, are you pushing the one world? Abrahamism is schismed now. We see with the Muslims versus the Christians versus the Jewish religion people. And we see schisms within the Jewish religion between the Orthodox, the liberal, the Zionists. Some Orthodox are anti the state of Israel and Zionism merely because of their different interpretation of when it should happen. They're waiting for, the more Orthodox are waiting for Moshiach to come down to lead them in. And then the other sect, more popular, believes that they usher in the Messiah more so. It's not so much God or whatever. Anyway, so that's that's all that is. It's not because one thinks that the people who are there, hey, we'll take what we can get. All right, so we want peace. Is that such a revolutionary thing? Aquarianism is a little bit hippie. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Do you have to believe in astrology and astrological new age to be a part of this? No, because I can name it, we can name it humanitarianism, humanism, as opposed to transhumanism. You know, there's this big agenda to bring us into melding with the machine technology, and it's a Kabbalistic venture behind it, and eugenics involved in it too. Yeah, you know, they have bioweapons that go after certain genetic makeups where you can wipe out a race because your Bible tells you to, or your holy text relates Esau with Edom, with Europe, with America, with white people that need to be wiped out. Ishmael, who's an Arab, who will be the broom to Jacob, who is Israel, to wipe out Edom, Esau, Amalek. So what the Aquarian does, it promotes And it calls upon religious leaders to come up with an interpretation of the scriptures that don't include the wiping out of a race of people. That would be great. And that takes a little bit of religious literacy, something that we are very much illiterate about, is knowledge of our own religious traditions often, and definitely other people's. And so in Aquarianism, it's apocalyptic. It's revelatory that thanks to the information gathering and spreading of the internet, we could figure out what the allegorical, metaphorical, psychological interpretations, meanings of these stories are, and suck the nectar from that fruit, discard the shells of literalism, of the exoteric, by interpreting, as an example, that Amalek is doubt. Rabbis will interpret it like that, but then they'll say in the exterior world it shows itself up as the non-part of our group, the outsider. The Aquarian has preferential treatment for the outsider, for the outcast, for the downtrodden, for the jaded, for the empaths. We are almost agnostic in that we don't think any one person could speak for God. And we're all coming up with our own, we all have our own relationship with the invisible, the interior. I'm behind this cement truck. Has its arm up like that. First of all, it says stay back over 250 feet. Not responsible for damage to windshields. Yeah. Well, that's not always easy. I'm just thinking, what if the chute falls down and then it covers my new car in concrete? And they put extra amount of hardener in there so that I'd be stuck. Oh, you gotta go and pull in front of me like that, little buddy? So, politics and religion, taboo subjects because they divide us. But that we need to talk about them because we see the power of religion in politics, in governance. How we have an undying support for some country because the Bible tells us that if we bless them, that we'll be blessed in return. You know, and it's tough because to go into this arena because faith and our beliefs are something we hold dear, sacred, and it is our relationship with ourselves and others and life, the light, truth, beauty. Aquarius is in the political arena is taking on the name the Aquarian Party? No, because I feel like that's a little too millennial. We need to sound a little bit more not too political, but the Party of Harmony, the Harmony Party. the Let's Not Kill Innocent People Party. I laughed to cover the tears.